And what's crazy is Vegas is in a little bit of trouble and nobody wants to talk about it. This next generation doesn't gamble.
Ooh.
Like the gambling generation is
almost over.
It's almost over.
Yeah, it is.
This generation doesn't gamble. We don't know how to play craps. They don't know how to do anything. You know, a couple people play blackjack, poker, but that doesn't make the casino real money playing poker, right?
Yeah.
So we got a generation that don't do slots, none of that. So that's why you see a lot of casinos like Durango Station. They got more restaurants than there is gambling in there.
That is true.
That's so true.
The Durango Station kills it on food, right? That's their whole. That's their.
Well, not
shtick.
only that,
I love their food there.
They're getting away
So
even
good.
from the point system.
Yeah.
They're not point matching at a lot of casinos anymore. It's really bad.
Or the incentives, you know, like when you sign up.
Nothing.
No, they started, man, all the good shit about Vegas. Being able to sit at a machine at a bar and get comp drinks if I'm playing. They took away all the good shit, man.
Wait, you can still do that when you play at the slots. You still get comps.
Behind the counter, they have a tracker of how much money you're playing.
Oh yeah, you have to spend a certain amount.
Yeah, so you have to hit a certain amount before they give you a comp drink.
And where's that waitress? You're lucky you see her in an hour if you're at the sitting down playing.
Lucky. All right, I'll give away a Vegas secret here. All right, I'll give a Vegas secret here.
Bring it.
There's one last casino that you can still do the old Vegas experience. It's the South Point. The South Point Casino at the Sportsbook Bar has 25-cent blackjack.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber dial trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip and the silly clip. Do we really know young adults? And when the brother was talking about like young people don't gamble anymore, they don't go to casinos anymore. That don't mean they don't gamble. Online gambling is crazy. So you don't have the necessity to go to an actual casino. You don't have to. You can gamble online, which could make it more dangerous. Excuse me. So this same thing goes on with alcohol consumption, right? People say, younger adults aren't buying or consuming alcohol like in previous decades and previous generations. And that's a thing. And then people will say, well, their drug consumption is crazy because, it's everything from weed to fentanyl to Percocets, and it's all over the place. So that money might be going somewhere, just not going to alcohol. But one of the important things about this is this. It's also, technology, social media, the change of the times. And also, how can I put this? Because of social media and technology and algorithms, businesses are trying to figure out how to get dollars out of young adults' pockets. And what it is different industries are making money, and it's taking it away from, let's just say, traditional industries. Part of the car market. People aren't buying cars because you made the entry level unaffordable per se. The car insurance is becoming unaffordable, and people live in metropolitan cities where they can just Uber everywhere they gotta go, and in some ways, depending on, how can I say this? Depending on the amount of miles you have to travel, it might be cheaper to Uber than have a car note and insurance. You get what I'm saying? So people play the middle because the average car note is like $700. Then you have the insurance that's over $1,000, right? A month going out of your pocket. So can a person travel, less than can a person, let's just say, spend $30 a day, $20 a day Ubering back and forth, and they come out ahead. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Then we got to talk about some of this other stuff, because DoorDash is a thing. Video gaming is a thing. It's dying down in my opinion, but it's a thing. So the money goes in different directions. And then you see a lot of people, how can I put this? I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. You've seen a lot of people become successful in unconventional ways in the last decade. And they don't necessarily spend money in the same ways that past generations did. I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. You know, you see that even with the luxury car market. Like people aren't buying as many traditional status symbols as they once did. So that's a whole other thing. So people are trying to gauge, how can I get this money out of your pocket? But to me, it's like a feast or famine thing, because some business models are eating and some business models are starving. So, and the question is, what are the youth doing? And then you add, well, what are young adults doing? And then you add the differences, because they'll say, listen, employment is down, housing, real estate prices are up. So this concept of back in the day, there was a time where people in there from 22 to 30, they had not necessarily more more, what do you call that? It's not really spending. That's what it's not really spending. It's not really frivolous spending or money just to play around with. What it was we had more places to meet up. That's what it was. To me, the nightclub scene got traded for the lounge scene, and the lounge scene costs more than the nightclub, just in my opinion. Because you go out to the lounges, you're eating, you're drinking, nobody's dancing, people are talking, but they're not talking, they're on their phone. It's not as interactive. So with a less interactive actual society, you have these moments where people, we doing restaurants, we doing trips, and and even that's dying down. So people are trying to figure out how to get the money out of the younger adults, and you can't figure it out. Add another thing to that. They say people are having less kids, they're having less sex, so there's less money being spent dating and courting and all the things that's associated with dating and courting, whether that be shopping for clothes, paying for tickets for certain events, or driving this place, that place, gas, or, figuring out ways to get around, and, fun things to do. That's the less money is spent on that. And then you got to add to that equation YouTube, dating market, red pill, feminism, sprinkle, and you got this, you got this atmosphere where people tell you how to try to get money out of people, and how to get into dating and mating on the cheap. And Then you have like the pop the balloon challenge where, people are meeting people, but they're making, just making up stupid reasons to say they don't like somebody. Just to go viral. So you have that whole department, right? And then it's weird to say this, but people look at a lot of sex workers on their phones, and from OnlyFans to all the websites, and I'd rather not, I'd rather not spend money. I just, take their baby oil and lotion and buy a rose, because I would say sex toys have become more mainstream. So you buy stuff on Amazon, and you just getting it sent to you. It's like, okay. So now people they trying to buy. This has been going on for years though. You buying life size dolls and all that type of stuff. So people are entertaining themselves. And those ways became more normalized than say 20 years ago. So it's a new day, and because it's a new day, there's new fun things, there's new family things, there's new vices. And what's going on is, people act like, oh man, it's a new day, so just cook none of the past fun stuff and none of the past dysfunction or debauchery isn't going on. And it's like, no, it's just transformed into something else. And I say that to say to young adults, be careful, because they're trying to find an algorithm for y'all vices and dysfunctions so they can get in your pockets. So I'm done. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.